Dragon Dreams, Book 2, Gaining Ground. Written by Gina Virginia Casella. Story, Meeting the Females. I dream. Or is the dream dreaming me? The wind begins as a warm, gentle breeze. The breeze seems to wipe away my tears and wrap me in a comforting embrace. Gentle gusts follow, like cats affectionately brushing past me with their soft fur. Though unseen, their tender touch soothes my soul. An orange cat appears. It's Amanda. He comes to me and I hold him close. Amanda acts cute and needy, craving my affection. It's adorable how much he longs for my attention. Needy for his neediness, I pet him tenderly as we snuggle together. That's when it happens. Amaranth's Cove, the spaces between us, begins playing on my Spotify, transporting me into a dreamlike state. Perhaps I was already in this state. Bubbles float around me, each containing a mysterious female presence. I feel as if I've entered another dimension, having an out-of-body experience filled with synchronicity and timelessness. Though seated on my bed at home, my mind journeys through this magical realm. Captivated by their ethereal beauty, I initially fear these beings may turn violent. Yet, as if reading my thoughts, they radiate love and connection. Their message that the elemental feminine dwells within water, wind, fire, and earth, and I can connect with it by looking inward, comes through clearly. The meditative song has opened an inner doorway to the divine feminine. One of the bubbles sits in my hand, and just like that, it gets hard. It's now a clear crystal quartz. It's a gift from the females. May this clear crystal quartz bring me the clarity I need and desire. The clear quartz starts singing to me. It's a language of emotion that I understand. Amanda runs off, and suddenly I feel surrounded by nature's beauty. Each blade of grass and drop of dew seems to radiate feminine grace. The landscape feels vibrant with life, as if all its elements are connected, sharing perspective through a common spirit. This sense of oneness with nature is deeply moving. The females do not treat me like a kid, as I had hoped. Rather, they take me seriously and eagerly share their expertise, just as one would instruct a young girl in the art of makeup application. There is so much knowledge to impart, and each female member delights in revealing their particular skills and insights. I realized that Amanda's presence created a sense of comfort for the women, not me. I understand that Amanda had to leave to honor the women's freedom of choice. I cried because I felt vulnerable, and all the women shifted their energy, which helped me shift my energy and thinking. The women will help me gain perspective and follow my intuition, which is essentially them, because I am them, and they are me. They tell me intuition is rooted in feminine energy. Whenever I feel my instincts tingling, that's the women communicating with me through our shared intuition that we all contribute to collectively, including the men. The women remain silent, and an unspoken connection seems just out of reach. Their faces convey a shared melancholy. Each holds a clear quartz crystal, as if viewing the same film simultaneously. The crystals function as speakers and microphones, allowing us to communicate with one another across time and space. Inside the clear crystal quartz are all of the archetypes of femininity, and have each archetype represented that ever existed within each clear quartz crystal. The quartz is clear to symbolize that each archetype contains the full spectrum of feminine qualities. While I don't fully understand the workings behind this, I do know that I can now seek clarity and guidance by listening to this clear quartz, feeling a sense of belonging to the community of women it represents. I cried tears of joy to feel this inclusion, as though each woman is gifted this clear quartz. I can find the rainbow river inside the clear crystal quartz. I can go inside the clear crystal quartz, coming out above or below one of the lights. I later learned I can do this anytime, anywhere. All I have to do is think of it. Ideas are ideating, and that's what we do with our imagination and alchemy. This is why nothing is set in stone, because ideating is in a constant state of transformation, in constant state of editing and reimaging. The women softly blow on their clear quartz crystals, and I know to follow suit. To find balance, I take slow, even breaths. Inhaling and exhaling in equal measure. Breathing grounds me, connects me to the women, and cleanses me. Though one can survive a while without food or water, breath is essential for me in this physical form. Moreover, air in itself supports the spaces that connect us through time and timelessness. This is fascinating. I didn't make this connection until now, but the female spirits are role modeling the importance of breathing to me. Even though they don't require breath in their spirit form, they recognize the value of balance for a biological being like myself. They are literally telling me, one breath in, one breath out, showing that each breath represents the giving and taking of life. Our breath is the wind that spreads seeds of light, love, and hope. It remakes the world with each exhale. Breath is the primary element, because just as nature's wind gives life to the land, each inhale gives life to our lungs. We are the land. The goddesses may convey her support by sending light, love, and blessings into my life, which I feel as goosebumps. From her multidimensional realm of dreams and spirit, she thinks of me and requests that elementals transmit their energy, manifesting as goosebumps in my waking biological life. It can be confusing with the singular and plural, but I'm wrapping my head around it all. I imagine the other women meditating deeply, focusing intently on their crystals, while I pretend to do the same. Suddenly, goosebumps ripple across my skin, arms, legs, back, as I feel enveloped in warmth. It's as if their crystals energized mine, awakening its power. I cry out an apology into the microphone for being frightening. I make a connection I didn't make earlier, Maybe I did, but it's reinforced in this moment as I now understand that Amanda must be extremely powerful for him to be present when the women were so threatening. Moreover, I must be extraordinarily threatening to the women. When Amanda left, I did not feel scared, which was empowering because the other woman could have frightened me. I still cannot make sense of the situation. I simply cannot understand their confusion over my behavior and lack of comprehension. This is unusual for me from their perspective, as I do not typically have these gaps in awareness or act as an inferior student or child. This form I'm in gives the females the upper hand. I realize I'm scared of them because they're unfamiliar to me, which puzzles them, is preferred by them, and gives them hope. One of the females speaks, and we all hear her voice through our crystal quartz. She tells me Amanda wasn't here to comfort me. Amanda joined the females because they were too afraid of me. So if I feel scared for even a second, I should remember that Amanda had to be here for the females to be present at all. It's terrifying to think I used to evoke such fear. It's terrifying that each and every single female is here, which translates into everyone being here because everyone is everyone, masculine or feminine. Even I'm here, yet I'm playing the role of this 7-year-old. A different voice chimes in and provides more insight. When Amanda left, he empowered the other females who admitted they were 99.9% ready to kill me out of fear. However, they realized murdering me would make them like my former self, which they hate, as I became violent out of fear myself. Wanting to avoid that fate and believing in second chances, they chose understanding over violence. Intrigued by my story of change, the first to be unmade and remade, they are hopeful I can remake myself, just as I hope for their forgiveness. Another woman joins the conversation and clarifies that they had only planned to kill me if I was like my former evil self. Amanda had to leave because the women needed to see my true nature. By making themselves vulnerable in Amanda's absence, they could find out if I was capable of murder without an authority figure present. Essentially, this was a test of trust that I seemed to have passed by refraining from violence. Before the females came for me, Amanda made it clear that if I had lashed out, certain women were designated to harm me. In fact, all of them were ready to attack me. When Amanda stepped aside, the women expected to see my familiar, volatile self. But when Amanda moved out of the way, the women saw me as a completely transformed 7-year-old girl. My energy itself had changed into something unfamiliar yet safe. Being in this young female body and mindset, the women saw and felt me as I was in that moment. They immediately shifted their energy to welcome and love me unconditionally, as they always have. Their prior willingness to hurt me came from this unconditional love too, because of the havoc I used to create. A fourth female chimed in. She told me that not all females fully trust me yet, which makes sense given my past and has resulted in healthy boundaries. She reminds me not to seek the females out, but to let them come to me in their own time, just as I do when spending time in nature. I simply go out there, stay still and quiet, and nature reveals itself. This female explains that I need to be patient with the females, just as I am patient with nature. She says, it's like I'm a huge Tyrannosaurus Rex trying to interact with tiny termites. I need to stay calm and peaceful so the mice, if you will, feel safe to come closer to me, the cat, and eventually trust me enough to inspect my teeth. In this dreamscape, we all go inside a clear quartz pendant together, me and all the females, where we can connect inside the crystal. I have taken the form of an orange cat like Amanda. The females take on the form of mice. I let a few female mice approach me, a few at a time to inspect me. Even though I'm bigger than the mice, I'm scared of them because interacting with them is unfamiliar. And they outnumber me. The mice are also terrified of me because of my size, sharp teeth, and claws. However, they give me gentle scratches behind my ears and neck, which I really enjoy. This safe, affectionate touching is bonding us together. The mice and I exist in a state of indifference, neither having any real desire to harm the other, though we both could if we wished. It is an unusual situation, with a cat peacefully spending time among mice. Though we have the power to easily kill one another, we choose not to act on it, content for now, just to share the same space. The mice face their fears as they look at my teeth and play with my nails. Each female mouse takes a turn playing with each nail, making it coil in and out, clearly fascinated. I want to show off my nails. That would scare them. I remember what the fourth female said. I just need to have patience. This is a serious test of trust for all of us. And I need to build trust, especially with the females. All was calm and peaceful. And then suddenly panic erupted around me. Though I remained relaxed, the claws tucked and teeth concealed, the others began to panic for reasons unknown. I heard but did not see the source of their alarm, leaving me baffled and confused amidst the pandemonium. I suddenly see a bird of prey swooping overhead. It darts unpredictably back and forth like a shadow. Without hesitation, I instinctively swipe at it with my left arm and claw, killing it instantly. Although the bird is now dead and lifeless, I hold it beneath my paw to demonstrate to the females that the area is safe. Despite the lack of threat, I grip the deceased bird to strongly communicate non-verbally that I can easily maintain this space free from danger. I will do whatever is necessary to help the females feel secure, even if that means keeping my paw on an already lifeless bird. I also want to make a point that I am right-handed, and this instinct to enforce was with my less experienced hand, the left hand. Moreover, the left hand is symbolic of the feminine and receiving. Metaphorically, I demonstrate I am receiving their trust and they're receiving my protection. The red-tailed hawk, which suddenly comes back to life and transforms into Amanda in the form of an orange cat, starts laughing. Amanda then tells us, I could have easily eaten mice or teamed up with the bird to hunt prey based on natural instincts, but I didn't. I had the power and mindset to step out of the predatory prey cycle, override those instincts, and maintain an intuitive, non-predatory state of being. Trust has been restored between myself and the women. The dream concludes with the women embracing me, each sharing a special moment. They offer advice, tips, and encouragement. Their nurturing and sisterly support reveal their past lives as animals, plants, and stars. Their essence is me, as we are one. These forms they embody here on planet Earth for me to connect with. They are everywhere because elementals are everywhere. The dream reminds me of thankfulness, and the dream ends with me thanking everyone as we all blow into our clear crystal quartz together, breathing in and out. Our breath carries the new, transformed energy of hope, peace, light, and love. Blowing on the crystal is a way for us to bless each other and everything, because the crystal contains everything, and we take on the role of the divine source energy, gazing into that clear quartz and supporting all within it. A great ripple effect. And just as the divine source blesses us, we take that breath of life, knowing it is the air elemental, and we bless each other with it. Essentially, it is through my breath that the goddesses can do this, because they don't have breath in spirit form. Only I do. The air elemental, better known as the breath of life, is out there. Like the wind, it floats around, but if you allow it in, you can create music together. This music is better known as life. I am grateful to the women for this experience and their blessings. I cried because it was so meaningful to me. We became emotional, and I feel renewed. It's time for sleep now, so I can rest peacefully pondering it all. Although alone, I do not feel lonely at all, which is worth noting. I worry about losing the clear crystal quartz, yet intuitively know it symbolizes what is in my mind and heart. So it is just an illusion, a tool like hammer or nails. As I drift off to sleep, curled up into the tree's base, a mouse comes to snuggle with me. The mouse is adorable. I fall asleep reminiscing about the women and feel hopeful as I recall how they kept glancing at me and smiling. At the time, being rather shy, I avoided prolonged eye contact. It was lovely when we all gathered around the water. Then it dawned on me that every drop of dew, each crystal quartz, any pool or ocean, represents the divine feminine energy that is literally everywhere. One goddess in particular, Bridget, whom I didn't meet until February, stood beside me. It's powerful to make these connections. Wordlessly, Bridget sat beside me, showing me her ways of knowing. In retrospect, I didn't know it was her. She's always been with me. When I smell senses like tulips or peaches, this is Bridget and or the rest of the females. In fact, it's Bridget who is helping me write these dragon dreams, while I simultaneously listen to Tara Wild, Tara Bradings, singing the ancestors.